Hello my students, Assalamu alaikum. We are back again in new session with a new lecture. My students, today you are going to learn some types of sets. But before going to start that one, I want to remind you that what did you learn in your previous lecture. In previous lecture you learned about the order of a set and the signs and some letters and some samples of the set. And the concept of those two topics will play a vital role in today's lecture. So today's lecture is all about the types of sets. Types of set. Now the first type of a set is always a null set. Number one, that is your null set. My students, null set is also known as an empty set. And empty set is also known as a void set. It means you can call all the names to the one that is your null set. It means a null set is known as an empty set and it is also known as a void set. It is always limited by the samples, the curly brackets or braces, or this is 5. The 5, it means that has no any kind of element, no limit. My students, null set is that kind of a set which has no element present in it is called the null set. And null set is always denoted by this sign or this sign. Both are the same thing. Number second type of a set is singleton set. Singleton set, my students, is that kind of a set which possesses only one element present in it. So we can say has one element in it is called a singleton set. For example, A set that is equals to 4. Or another example of this one is B equals to, this is sign here. Now here you can clearly see how many elements are given here, only one element. So this is known as a singleton set. Similarly, in second example of the singleton set, there is a given only one element. My student, there is a big difference between this sign and this sign. Here, there is no any kind of element within the bracket, but here, there is a one element within the bracket. So this one is known as your null set, but this one is not known as your null set because there is a one element given in this set. So this set is known as your singleton set. The third type of this set is the finite set. Finite set. My students, finite set is that kind of a set which has a limited number of elements or some finite number of elements present in it is called the finite set. In other words, we can also define it this one that in a set which possesses some range of elements or possesses some limit of elements, then that set is known as a finite set. Now take a look at the example of the finite set. First we have to write this one as limited elements or finite elements. So the example of this one, number first example that is given here, that is A equals to 1, 2, 3 up to 20. Here the range of the elements or the limit of elements is given here, and in this set your first number is mentioned and the last number is also mentioned, and the range of these elements is given up to 1 to 20. It means your first number is mentioned and the last number is also mentioned. It means this is your finite set. Another example for this one is B equals to A comma B comma C and up to G. Again here the range of these elements start from A up to G. And in this one you can also clearly see here the first element is also mentioned and the last element is also given here. It means This set is also known as a finite set. Number fourth type of a set is an infinite set. Infinite set. My students, infinite set is that kind of a set which has unlimited number of elements or infinite number of elements present in it is called the infinite set. In other words, you can also describe this one, a set possesses not any kind of a limit of elements or range of elements, then that set is known as infinite set. It means we can say has unlimited or infinite elements in it, then that set is known as your infinite set. Example of infinite set, number one, that is a equals to 1, 2, 3 up to so on. My students, the range of elements is not clearly mentioned here. Here only your first element is mentioned, but the last number is not mentioned. So this is why we call this one as infinite set, because we don't know the ending element of this one. Take a look. Another example of this one is a comma b comma up to so on. Again, in this example you can see that the first element is mentioned but the last element is not mentioned. So these two examples belong to the infinite set. My students, the difference between finite and infinite set is that finite set has a limited number of elements or finite number of elements, but infinite set is always unlimited or infinite number of elements, and this is the big difference between these two sets. My students, the first type of a set is an equal set. Equal set are those kind of a set which has the same order and same number of elements. Again I repeat, which has the same order and same number of elements is called your equal set. We can write here has same order of a set, same order and same elements. So then this will be known as equal set. Now take a look at the example of this one. First example for this one, a equals to 1, 2 and b set is equals to 2, 1. Here the order of this set is 2 because they are the two elements, and in this set there is also a same order of a set. It means the order of both the set is same. Now we have to see, are there the elements which are given here, are those elements are the same or not? Now here 1 is given, there is also 1 given, 2 is given here, 2 is also given here. It means we can say this one, that is A is equal to B. A is equal to B. Take another example of this one, that B equals to A, C, D, E. Another example, another set of this one is D, E, A, C. Again we have to see the first order of these both sets. Order of this set is 4 and the order of this set is also 4, because in both the sets the 4 elements are given here. Now we have to see the elements which are given here, are those elements the same or not here. Now A is given here, A is there, B, C is there, C is also given here, D is given here, D is also there, and E, both are the same here. So we can also say that B is equal to C. Now the sixth type of a set is an equivalent set. Equivalent set is that kind of a set which possesses the same order, but in this one the same elements should not be in both the sets. So we can write here has same order but not same elements. Now see the example number 1. A is equal to AC and B is equal to 1, 3. Here the order of is same, but the elements are not same here. So that's why we will write here A is equivalent to B. A is equivalent to B. That's why order is the same here, but the elements are not the same here. Number 7 type of a set is the disjoint set. My students, disjoint set are those kind of a set which have no common element present in it. So we have to write here no common element in it. That's why this is known as a disjoint set. Disjoint set's example is A equals to 1, 2, 3, and B set is 4, 5, 6. Now can you see that any common element between both the sets? So we will say that A's elements are not common to the B's elements. So A is disjoint to B. So this was about the disjoint set. My students, the last type of a set is the overlapping sets. Overlapping sets are those kind of a set which have at least one common element present in it. Which have at least one common element in it, then those sets will be known as the overlapping set. Now see the example. Example number A. A set equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. And B set's elements are 4, 5, 6, 7. Now can you see, is there any common element between the both the sets? My students, you can clearly see here that 4 is given in both the sets. It means that set A is overlapping to set B because of 4. 4 is the element that was common in both the sets. See another example of the overlapping set, that is N set, that is equals to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And N's elements are 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Now, can we call these two sets as overlapping set? My students, yes, we can call these two sets as overlapping set because there are some common elements which are 6 and 7. So we will write set A is overlapping to set N because of 6 and 7. And 6 and 7 were the only two elements which were common in both the set. My students, I hope that today's lecture's concept is clear for you. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.